2, 1.
Hey everybody, this is Slightly Worse One. I'm starting a chess channel on YouTube, which is my attempt to chronicle, my attempt to get as good at chess as I can possibly get. I'm a big fan of Ben Feingold and the St. Louis Chess Club, and big fan of the Motto, and big fan of Chess Network, and things that you probably watch if you're watching this channel. Anyway, I might play a few tournaments in my area later in the year. I may not. I've just started a new chess.com profile. Basically, I'm going to start playing games. I'm slightly better than 1200, so I'll probably do really well for the first few games, but will probably not do well shortly thereafter. I'm not going through a computer before I video or before I go through it on the video. So anyway, this is just my thoughts on a game, and I'd love to get your feedback. So let's start here. So started with King Pawn opening. Now I usually play the Vienna game, and this gets most people don't know it very well. So I do fairly well with it. So you'll see me play it a lot. This is a strange move that from the database nobody's ever played. Now I've seen this move before. It's just that in no game that's worth looking at does anybody play this move, and I don't understand it. I really don't. So I usually play the Vienna Gambit. This is what I play, almost no matter what somebody does. So I just went along with my plan. He took it. This is a standard move. He played that, which did not make any sense. But again, he's rated under 1200. It's not going to make sense. Taking control of the center. We're just building a center. Also freeing up my bishop to win my pawn back. He does another move that doesn't make any sense. I take my pawn back as advertised. He attacks, and this is so obviously I'm looking at opening this diagonal for this, and I'm thinking about sacking a piece for 2 pawns. I felt pretty confident about it. I didn't analyze it very long. I took it. He took back. Otherwise, he's just down a pawn. I checked him. I think that's the only legal move, so he made it. Attack his queen. Attacks me back. Check. I don't know. I'm not really analyzing at this point. Not really looking at anything. I just know that his king doesn't want to be there, so seems like a reasonable idea. I check one more time. He moves over here. So I'm guessing he's hoping that I don't notice that my queen is under attack, which would make me look very silly, and I've made such mistakes before. So I thought for a moment, because I'm thinking, okay, what can I do? Can I throw another check in? Is it worth my time? Is it worth anything? Technically, I am down a pawn. I am down a piece for 2 pawns. So what do I want to do? Can I make this any better? So I did check him again, only because I didn't want him going into that corner and getting safe. So this way he can't get in the corner. I took en passant, continued so he stays in check. And this is where I was thinking again. I was thinking about dropping a knight in, check, but then he just takes my pawn, and my queen is under attack still. So I decided to move my queen. Moved it there. He takes my pawn. Reasonable. And I castled. Develops his bishop. I didn't like my queen and his bishop being on this diagonal. Plus, I kind of liked the idea of bishop to b6. He saw it, though. Did something about it. So I took his pawn, though, because I noticed this pin on his queen. So he couldn't take it. Now, this next move was silly because it just lets me stay there. The pawn is still pinned to the queen. So I attack his pawn, And now I'm really glad that I moved my queen, obviously. And spike check. I move over. His pawn is still in prize. He moves his queen. I took with the pawn, and I think when I was looking at it really quickly before I uploaded this video, I probably liked bishop takes better, because then when he moves, then if he moves to d7 like he does after I take with the pawn, I could just move my bishop away. I could take his knight with him being in check. It would have been better, but I couldn't do that. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. That's what happened. And that's what happened. So now it's like, darn, I feel like I've lost a little momentum. So might as well get my bishop out. I want to connect my rooks. And, the material's equal, I think. Or maybe I'll pawn up or a pawn down. I don't know. And but my position's way better, obviously. So develop my rook. He didn't like the way that looked. Check. See a check, play a check. But it was a good check because, well, there's not really much he can do. He's got to move back to the back rank. Still in the middle of the board. So he goes there. So I misspoke. Why did I do that? Well, I didn't see anything better. Plus, I'm playing on this pin here versus he moved his queen from e6 to f7. His queen is loose, and the knight is technically pinned against it because the queen's not protected. So I got in the center of the board. I have another piece defending my bishop. My pawn's defended. He does that, which I don't know what that is for. I move up. I push my pawn. Because, it's just this lingering threat of queening at any time. I didn't expect him to take the pawn. I don't know why he did. I simply just took the check. And then he resigned. So that is my first game on this new profile. It's slightly worse one. And if you happen to see me on chess.com, definitely challenge me for a game. I'd enjoy it. Thanks for watching.